When there are South issues or scenes in South Africa, I said and saying the peace and harmony in South Africa there, it's becoming a thing of the past. From social amenities to education, everything about security. So when you for national of South Africa, not just say Ufi Ghana, Nigeria, or any of the other countries are only South African. Not just say was so shall say there. Not just say because South Africans for not just say you are not supposed to be there. Go back to your country and fix them. When your foreign affairs minister, Honorable Samuel Okujeto Abulakwa Abba Mountain, so then Samabeto just say on your screens, you show say Ghana reports South Africa to AU over xenophobic attacks once issue on mid-year meeting agenda. South African 4 issues are happening with foreign affairs minister of Ghana. Or the name Samaba Beton Monto trying to say AU meeting, intercontinental meeting on the 24th to 27th of June. Or catch AU and as or try the ama AU say it was say they can't bill no who say these xenophobic attacks in South Africa is not helping us as a continent, an African continent. And so on your screens a press release be a free foreign affairs ministry. I have the honor on behalf of the government of the Republic of Ghana to respectfully submit producer bear increase Fonts now, I have the honor on behalf of the government of the Republic of Ghana to respectfully submit for inclusion on the agenda of the 8th mid-year coordination meeting of the African Union scheduled to take place from 24th to 27th of June 2026 in El Alamein, Egypt, as a matter of urgent continental interest. The topic of xenophobic attacks in the Republic of South Africa against African nationals, or China when they are called to action, issues of xenophobic attack at South Africa has actually become alarming now. Or say it was say intercontinental meeting now because of Egypt from 24 to 2070. It was said by hook or by crook, no. Yet they can't agenda and now bills for discussion because it has become an issue for Africans in general. It has become an issue for the continent, and it's disrupting peace and harmony. Or South Africa now in Ghana and not to say it was so shy say because South Africans for claim you are not supposed to be there in the first place. So go back to your country and fix it. So a lot of people so when the demonstration I can see South Africans for against foreign nationals other countries say but the government of Ghana remains deeply concerned by the recurrence of xenophobic incidents in the Republic of South Africa, which have regrettably resulted in the loss of lives, destruction of investments, and continue to pose serious risks to the safety and well-being of African nationals residing in South Africa. Or try to say there hasn't been peace and harmony in South Africa at all, particularly for people who are not citizens of the country. It's disrupting issues of security, investment issues, and a whole lot of issues. It has led to them trying to think of coming back to their country. It is particularly troubling that manifestations of xenophobia, including violent attacks against fellow Africans, have persisted in recent years. This development is especially concerning with viewed in light of the long-standing solidarity demonstrated by African states in support of the struggle against apartheid and South Africa's subsequent democratic transformation. Or China just South Africa, which happens to be the last country in Africa to gain independence. All African countries were of help. They all came together to make sure say South Africa gains independence. So when it's a threat to the life of people that are Africans, and then they move to South Africa to work and to do a lot of things, while fully acknowledging the sovereignty of the Republic of South Africa and its primary responsibility to protect all persons within its territory. The targeting of nationals from African countries presents a challenge to the shared principles of African solidarity, brotherhood, and continental unity to which all member states of the African Union are committed to. So when the Pan-Africanism, people like Nelson Mandela, ex-president or former president Kwame Nkrumah were preaching about, there's nothing like brotherhood anymore. It's like things are just going apart. Also, in the considered view of the government of Ghana, the prevailing situation of xenophobic attack against African nationals, among other countries, constitutes a clear violation of African Charter of Human and People's Rights, to which the Republic of South Africa is a state party. So when you go to say all African countries that we are all together and believe in human rights and people's rights, it's a violation, because if we are as a continent and we believe that human rights should be respected, as it is here South Africa, they are doing the opposite. They do not believe that humans have the right to move freely, to enjoy life and a whole lot. It undermines the spirit of integration and Pan-Africanism, which envisions a united, prosperous, and peaceful continent. And not just say the peaceful or the continent that we believe, say, we are one. No? It's like to see the Akoya say in Chichemu kakra bemwa. We are not experiencing that prosperous and peaceful continent that we as African continent have our beliefs in. Also runs counter to the objective of African Continental Free Trade Area, which seeks to promote free movement, reduce barriers, and foster a common market to the benefit of Africans. Natural intercontinental trade, movie goods and services, importing, exporting, all these kind of xenophobic attacks. It's going to be a tone on all these things. Also, in this regard, the government of Ghana respectfully requests the chairperson of the African Union Commission, acting under the authority of the chairperson of the African Union, to consider the following measures during the proposed African Union deliberations. Or China just say ni request when you or the African Union. No, when say almost core continental meeting. Now these are some of the things that he expects that it has to be looked at. He says the inscription of this matter on the agenda of the 8th mid-year coordination meeting of the African Union in accordance with the rules of procedure. Or China just say when by hook or by crook. No. During the mid-year coordination, because the 24th to 27th of June, I was saying we talk about it as African Union, because in African Union, all countries there are actually African. So when it says, you can't we were honoma ebeboama the year I then ato ye. Or say the strengthening of African Union monitoring mechanism to support member states in upholding their obligation under the Constitutive Acts of African Union and the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. Or China just said there has to be a monitoring team across African states or across places that are hotspots, particularly South Africa, for this xenophobic attack. No more monitor, no more say people coming from other countries away from South Africa. No, there's some kind of rule of law, particularly about the rights of people, human rights, the ability to move and then conduct everything they are supposed to be able to do there. Also, there's establishment of a fact-finding mission to examine the underlying causes of the xenophobic violence in South Africa and to recommend appropriate remedial interventions to the African Union. Or try not just say, it was said, yes, we have to fact-find. It was said, committee be announced, a group of people have to be assigned to look into the matter. Also was South Africa and all that. Also, the facilitation of a dialogue and reconciliation initiatives aimed at promoting tolerance, inclusion, integration, and renewed commitment to continental unity among African people. So it's me sure when the it will help that Africa as a continent, there will be a bit of inclusion, tolerance. There won't be issues about xenophobia and all that. So Chato say the government of Ghana firmly believes that notwithstanding the painful legacy of the slavery, colonialism, and apartheid, Africa's future is one of the shared dignity, responsibility, and mutual respect. As Ghana's founder and renowned Pan-Africanist, Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah consistently proclaimed the full potential and emancipation of Africa can only be achieved when Africa unites. That aspiration begins with a collective resolve to ensure that no African is dehumanized on African soil. Please accept, Excellency, the assurance of my highest consideration. Formally, the likes of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah as a Pan-Africanist, now he was of the agenda. Say Africans are one. There has to be unity between Africans. There's nothing like a division of Africans. We are all one. So if we still hold this in high esteem as African Union, then something has to be done about this xenophobic attack. Also, it was South Africa. The agenda of Pan-Africanism, no, it won't be a thing of the past, but a baby be a year strengthened just to ensure that there is peace and unity in South Africa. So yeah, to us one call Areho Sembi AC Ewo Ghana. Areho Sema Efa, a very popular man of God, a prophet, and idinde Pastor Danny Boatin Kusi or a prophet or something, a man of God on the television there. We know him as somebody who is very big on motivational issues and motivational quotes or something, relationship issues, kakra, or encouraging people through the word of God and things that are about life. This man of God is one of the men of God that for holding in high esteem. Sema yensa can say washre ne nkwa or jogging kakra afeyoba. He started to complain about heart issues and issues about cardiac and ofemu shre ne nkwa in sembebre abeton mountain so efa ni wo Pastor Danny Boatin Kusi. So information reaching me is that the popular Pastor Danny of CCI, who does a lot of Bible review on TV with Pastor Obed, has passed on. He went jogging, came back and started complaining of chest pains. May his soul rest well. When ye arehosem yensa kan efa Pastor Danny Boatin Kusi washre ne nkwa ya after say all jogging or buy or the cardiac attack na afi edbedru fear washre ne nkwa ya Xenophobic brede condolences nya de abepie mountain. So by ebeko share some videos of Pastor Danny. He's one of the men of God that is about motivational words about say encouraging people about life issues. He's very big on it. Enya some kito about share video about some of his things aya TV. So Abba,
tonight when you pray for longevity. There are times a man may have a great destiny and may have a great calling of God upon his life. But if he does not have the gift of longevity, he will not see the fulfillment of it all. Imagine Joseph going into Egypt, a slave, falsely accused by his master's wife, imprisoned, serving jail time. If he had died in jail, his story would have been a story that ended in shame and ignominy. But that he lived long. He lived long enough to see the fulfillment of his dreams and destiny. Sometimes the manifestation of your faith that brings the promises of God upon your life to bear is that you lived long enough to see it. When you pray for longevity. God bless you.
That was Pastor Danny Boatin Kwesi wahwere ne nkwa yaya after a cardiac attack and now called jogging by or shasi complaining say nakuma sana or the hwere ne nkwa amanfo bebre e the heartfelt wishes about outama Pastor Danny Boatin say when the area who sempa say the Christian faith ever loses such an apt man of God. So on your screen just say life is truly short. This would be the last time I would see my friend, classmate, a school prefect, and a brother. Just about a month ago at a 1 week service of my father-in-law. This saddens me greatly. Rest in peace, senior. When the nature say a well wisher be Emma Pastor Danny Boatin Kwesi when the reho sempa yen sa kanache se Pastor Danny Boatin se si ade on kati asefo ehu biom reho sempa ye to aso anache sa reho sempo fronso esi about another man of God oye a South African based Ghanaian clergyman Prophet Derek Obeng Amwakon reho sema ye woni so no nso se si ade onka ati asefo hu biom. He fell sick or yare ye kakra and chebiana afterwards no na owu ye na sorry for ni some well wishes and so edin same baby beton mountain so amotre say this man of God Prophet Derek Obeng Amwakon de na say he gives undiluted message na say ni way de ama ebusiafo ni church members sorry ma era ho pa say ya hwe man of God ya say nti on your screen see say South African based Ghanaian clergy Prophet Derek Obeng Amwakon has reportedly passed away following a brief illness on Monday, 4th April 2026. Tributes have since been pouring in from members of his congregation in Accra, as well as from wider Christian community in honor of his life and ministry. Not just as at 4th April 2026, no. Oyare yakakra afe yete ya na chese na prophets Derek Obeng Amwakon na chese onka ati asefo hu biom when reho sempa eno nso about the Christian ministry when amankofa kasa bebre. According to them, he's one of the prophets in both in South Africa and in Ghana here. No, they talk about the message of God, or they are like the eyes of God to people. Amukanyamia sem etu amanfo eka hinta sem echre nipa anayeka echre ma sorry my fadia nyankopon ewo form ho we ama na yare ho sempa nkofo bebre ekasa afa Prophet Derek Obeng Amwakon ebi mu try na say ni way there ya pa they weren't expecting this at all. Omu nim say yare kakra na fe there then na omu own man of God we wu eje omu ya. A lot of people have brought out some issues have brought some words of encouragement to the family, to church members, to friends, to loved ones. Say omu shedding edu mre to say they are not just say yare ho sem sa say man of God and who odin say na okanyamia sem emma amanfo eni je na omakoma eto omu yem ya hwere no ya say there is a message of condolence Obidia Bamonte so or they wish friends and loved ones of Pastor or Prophet Derek Obeng Amwakon wishing condolences just to as a way of wishing him farewell, any family, friends, and loved ones. Sorry, my dear, some made them crofwe swama, chese, no so ayare ho sempa. You one of the well wishes will be at the bar social media, na yakan ashe. Kwanya Ofa so describe his relationship with Prophet Derek Obeng Amwakon and how apt and strong he is as far as Christianity and the word of God is concerned. When you are a hosempa ama eja amanfo eja ajo ama amanfo bebre kasafa prophet Derek Obenya Mwakwesan said when it comes to preaching the word of God and giving prophecy, they are not just he's one of the very people you can make mention of in Ghana, not just in Ghana. He transcends to South Africa with the aim say or kanyamiasem ashaman phone crying a kanyamiasem ashaman phone crying na face so strengthen or more as far as their faith in Christianity is concerned. Into yebeko akoshedia some condolence message yensaka efa prophet Derek Obeng Amwakun ni wo ya we ho. Prophet Pastor Danny Boatin Kwisi yashre ne yaya enam cardiac attack bi e cause so after say oh yeah okọ jogging na napaka krafe oba afie na chese na nakoma ye ne ya sana ye de ashre ne when dey arehosem two apt men of God, Pastor Danny Boatin Kwisi and Prophet Derek Obenya Mwakun yashre omo yaya in such a short while. These men of God there, we all know them on our screens as men of God. Kanyamia them the strengthening for encouraging for particularly to enhance Christianity as a religion. Ye concern from wana ye go straight to the camp of the death of Charles Emisa. Charles Emis a few weeks ago na he was knocked down by a hit and run car. It was circle. Issue when he had to be taken to a number of hospitals. Talk of the Police Hospital, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Greater Accra Regional Hospital. Almost say nurses, one doctors for more was said there's no bed for him. So there has been a committee almost set to look into the death of Charles Emisa, to come out with findings to see the cause of the death. And so 7 medical staff sanctioned over failure to attend to Charles Emisa in a life-threatening condition, leading to his avoidable death. Not just a committee, the 7-member committee I said this has been the communication from the committee that some issue we see it could have been avoided into medical negligence. Health workers, he had to be transferred from Police Hospital to Kolebu to Greater Accra Regional Hospital. And they said that they don't have bed, they do not have a place to administer his health. And so these are some of the members of the key findings in respect of professionals. I say Dr. Mednina Naomi Eram Adotivi failed to exercise ethical and professional judgment prudently by not attending to Charles Emisa in a life-threatening condition at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, leading to his death later from severe loss of blood. Not just say after the research of the 7-member committee, this was a findings almost a kind as at that time, not just say Dr. Nina Naomi Aram Adotive or no Nana and Adotivi or no Nana or a medical health practitioner our Greater Accra Regional Health Hospital. She failed to do what was expected of her. Emma Bra Charles Emisa Ashren Kwayaya at 29 years old. When ye areho sempa omuchana chese according to the research of the committee, they claim that this is something that could have been avoided because Charles Emisa started losing blood and he was still able to talk. To some points, onya cardiac attack or shrenenkwa. So if omu true Greater Accra Regional Health Center Hospital hono and health professionals no attended to him, anka, it would have saved his life, because it was a hit and run vehicle. Car no born way no journey call. So people around had to, sustain him for a while. Omo brain issue nasi kaka, just talking to him, trying to administer some first aid support kaka. So he was fine. So it means that Oju Greater Accra Health Regional Hospital no, Nache said they couldn't attend to him on time. Ama arehusem say AC sifem sempa. So I say, according to the medical health team, no, almost the insembi ababe tuja. So according to committee, almost said say no, na Professor Ajeman Bedu na chairman for the committee. Committee no the Nsembia Beton Mountain. So after the death of Brad Charles Emisa, after doing an investigation on the whole issue, yabekwa kwa share video no na yashwe kwanya omofa so di omonsem tuja.
The medical staff on duty at the police hospital, Greater Accra Regional Hospital, and Kolebu Teaching Hospital failed to attend to Charles Emisa when he was in a life-threatening condition, and this led to his avoidable death. Specific recommendations. Dr. Anne-Marie Kudewo should be referred to the management of police hospital and to the Medical and Dental Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa and for being untruthful to the committee. Dr. Nina Naomi Ezram Adotevi should be referred to the management of Greater Accra Regional Hospital as their employer. They have oversight, administrative and management disciplinary processes that they must go through, and the Medical and Dental Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa. Dr. Ida Drant should be referred to the management of Kolebu Teaching Hospital and Medical and Dental Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa. Dr. Genevieve Ajar should be referred to the management of Kolebu Teaching Hospital and Medical and Dental Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa. Ms. Akosia B. Texan should be referred to the management of Greater Accra Regional Hospital and to the Nurses and Midwives Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa. Ms. Joy Daisy Nelson should be referred to the management of Kolebu Teaching Hospital and the Nurses and Midwives Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa. Ms. Salamatu Al-Hassan Edu should be referred to Kolebu Teaching Hospital and Nurses and Midwives Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa.
That was Professor Ajeman Bedu on the death of Charles Emisa. Or a number of names are say these people should be referred to the Nurse and Midwife Council. I feel the appropriate quarters as far as health issues are concerned. Not just say or chairman not just say it's out of medical negligence. They weren't up on their game. Leading to the death of Brother Charles Emisa. In so much that's the committee lead, Professor Ajeman Bedu Akosa. All these people abubo mudino, they have to be penalized, they have to face the law, they have to be questioned. I didn't say the patient a health facility as big as Greater Accra Health Hospital. You couldn't attend to him. So say when the nature say it is justice for Brad Charles Emisa. Ya sure no dear Nanso people have to answer for what went on as far as his death is concerned. So those are some of the names the committee chair, Professor Ajeman Bedu, Ebo Boy. So according to Professor Ajeman Bedu, this is not supposed to go on Punisher Boy, or it's not supposed to go just like one of those cases. The patients bedroom office na fe say we have to, they have to face the law, they have to be brought to the book, they have to answer some questions as far as health directorates are concerned. So all those people are in the likes of Akosia, Texan and the rest, they would have to face the Nurses and Midwifery Council to answer some of the questions as far as Brad Charles Emisa, his death is actually concerned. So in the coming days, it's going to be about them facing the book. It is going to be about them coming to bear with whatever happened as far as Charles Emisa's death is concerned. When they are not just it's amount for bracho madria fa not just say it's a step in the right direction. Ebi mun so try not to say it shouldn't be just a bit of formality after say committee chair ababeka say sanipa win has to face the book. No, not just say the whole issue ends there. They have to see said there has been progress on the issue so that there will be justice for our brother Charles Emisa as far as the death is concerned. Some family members and sympathizers of Charles Emisa have also come out to express some disposition on it. Say the death of Charles Emisa there, because even with the vehicle that knocked him down, no, we can't find the vehicle. Or hating na no Johnny Koye and when the friends and family are coming out to talk about it, that there has to be justice for Charles Emisa. It is not supposed to go unpunishable. So these health workers, some have also come out to say that it's not the first time something like this has happened at a hospital as big as the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. It has to be looked into, it has to be probed, it has to be talked about and all that. Yeah, to also call in Senfu for so anache say abai we be our national service personnel or the same beton mountain so our say na re hosem ofi baby chopoli ho baby na abinde ne beto Accra ha say omra mbeye national service dum so ne ade a ekoso ewo oman yi mu ama oko ejuma 45 minutes after so odu ejuma no ye friend na chese na ni fie ahye or the same bia to mountain so eye areho or expressing a grief or tre amount for say they have to come to her rescue. If they do not help him, if they do not help her, she has no one to help her. Ye be kwa kotie video no na ya hwe nsem bia or the tuja.
Good morning. My name is Mary Magdalene. I'm a national service personnel. So this video is for President John Dramani Mahama. I feel so miserable doing this. And National Service Ghana. All these videos that I'm seeing with regards to Stephanie and how she's dedicated, she's been working hard to help restore, power to Ghanaians. Well, I'm in my own sad situation too. And it's unfortunately thanks to the continuous light outs that we were experiencing. So I'm a national service personnel at Ghana Statistical Service. I uprooted my entire life, okay, from Tripoli, Sagleme, to Accra, Lashibi, in order to be closer to work and do my national service successfully. It's been a very trying time for me. And unfortunately, the most recent incident has traumatized me in ways that I can't put to words. On 13th of April 2026, I woke up, bathed, dressed to go to work as a national service personnel. About 45 minutes out, I was called that there's fire in my apartment. So I rushed, got here, and this was what I came to meet. I know there's a lot of donations and goodwills that goes on. So this is me seeing if I can try my luck. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm a young girl trying to figure out what to do with my life. I decided to actually serve my country. Meanwhile, I could have just said, I'm done with school, I don't need to do this, and then went about my life. But I wanted to serve my country. So I uprooted my life to get closer to work. Because where I got to know, I was spending 8 hours. I was spending 8 hours a day, okay, on the road just to get to work. So I decided that I would move closer. And even that, now this, President John Dramani Mahama, I don't know if this video is going to go anywhere, but I'm going to post it anyway because I just need help. Okay? I need help. I need 2 ACs. I don't even think I need a couch. And TV. The major things that I've lost, if I'm to get them back, whatever misery I'm feeling, I'm sure it would calm down a little. I'm trying. Any man that wants to help, he wants to sleep with you. And sleeping with me for what? Exactly. Yeah. It's not like they're going to buy me a house. It's not like they're going to buy me a new car. It's not like they're going to, you know what? I don't even want to think about it that way. But I'm just going through a lot. And this is like a lot for me. So I feel like I'm losing my mind. This morning I woke up with the worst migraine. I had to take 2 Jubidol plus pills, the very strong one, before I'm able to do this. I have a very silly crying face. Anyway, so President General Mahama, please help me out if you guys can. National Service Ghana. I'm here to serve my country, and I'm living in my own personal hell. I'm trying my best as a human being, and I feel like my best is not enough. So this is me asking for help. Please come to my aid. Thank you.
When the NHS a dedicated national service personnel, Ochirema NHS just 45 minutes after say Fifi Akwe Juma on a normal work day, Aqua national service. So no, 45 minutes after NHS, your friend is a fire outbreak, a CB pa. Ato baby out. Until when they straight bullet to His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama, NFA. So Ruth, the last said, Oya National Service Secretariat Director, or China say she needs help. She's traumatized. In her quest, all serving in nation, one casa or Tinefi, name we posting to National Service on Concoyeno. She uprooted her route to Accra to serve her nation. I think we are to need the NHS. It is a living hell. Or China say she needs help. If you can help with anything at all, air conditioner, sofas, television, should be very grateful. So when the honest appeal or the amount for say she has to become there have to be people to come to her aid. Okay, yes, once for first one and I yet was one now go straight to the camp of them. Rent control. Rent control has been very big on issues on hostel issues and issues around exploitation of students, university students, high rates of or high expenditure or expenses on hostel issue. So on your screen, so I say rent control to shut down unregistered hostels in Accra, irrespective of as inspection of exercise begins. So when the free rent control for her, Omochanacha say they are thinking or they are on the verge of shutting down some hostel facilities who are not registered. Their aim is very simple. Omochanacha say exploitation be a koso that angle up. Higher pressure my parents, higher pressure my students almost a huge amount of fees just for hostel fees. Some of the hostel fees no ebi mumpo there as soon fees for mutia the whole year. This one there it is rent control being big on unregistered hostels. Not just akwaye asem kese pa. Into when now Acting Rent Control Director, Yera Frederick Opoku, on the normal survey, of course, some schools be some bits of investigation about the whole issue to ask the students, how much is your hostel fee? What are some of the things in your hostels? Why is it expensive? Or more compare it to how much their fees are and a whole lot of issues around this hostel saga. Or try not just the National Union of Ghana students have been very big on this issue because it is is in relation to students. A number of students from various universities about out say it's too much. It's becoming a tone on just not just them, but their parents, their guardians, and a whole lot of issues. You have share a video, no, on how I interrogate students way, and then some of the issues are or the bar out about issues on rent on campus.
How much did you pay for fees for a semester? How much is it?
A semester. It depends on the room.
So the one you are in 2-in-1, how much are you paying? Look, wait, you have to disclose it. Government is worried about what the way things are going. We are coming and asking you paid money. Look, I'm here as a commissioner of rent. So it's not about you cannot disclose. I'm asking a question, my dear sister. Or you didn't pay money?
Yeah.
How much did you pay?
This is to help you.
Alright, so it depends on the room.
No, the room.
My room.
Yes.
So they just want to take students' opinion. They are not going to arrest you or anything. So you just need the amount you paid. So don't panic.
In my team, I paid 7.5K.
750 Ghana.
7.5K.
So how much is a year?
So you add
Two semesters. That is 15,000 a year. 15,000. And you are 2 in a room. 2 in a room. So.
Well, there's AC. There's
No. I will and watch myself.
Oh yeah.
I will and see myself. So I want to know so that we can take it step by step. We believe that the issues of hostel is alarming. Your parents are suffering. You never paid anything yourself, and government is very much concerned about what we can do to talk to the hostel people, so that we can sit down with them. I didn't come here today to harass anybody. Neither did I come here to close anything down. But I came here to understand and appreciate the situation because NUCS, the student union, petition rent control, and that they wanted us to intervene. I thought I need to come and interrupt the student and the hostel facilities. Next week or Wednesday, I have to call a stakeholder conference. Before I go, I meet the hostel operators. I'm supposed to know at least what is the charge so that I can have facts. I have also requested for them to give me the sheet of pricing so that I can also correlate it with what you are telling me. Whether you are not saying the truth, you are lying on the hostel, or the hostel is lying on you. That's what I really want to understand and appreciate. So don't be scared. One thing I want you to understand is that we are run by government, and government is concerned about it. Likewise, your student union, NUCS, is also concerned. So now, what I heard was that this is the first semester, right? First semester 1, and you are 2 in a room. You paid 7,500 a semester. So 2 of you pay 15,000 a semester. So in a year, 2 semesters, you are paying 30,000. If you wouldn't mind. So you say in the room we have air condition.
Yes, there's air condition. There's a table and a chair for you to study. There's a bathroom and there's a bed.
So utility inclusive?
Now in the camp of the rent control, they've become very big on issues around hostel. The acting director, Mira Frederico Poku, has become very big on issues on rent. Inyanane said there has been a bit of exploitation as far as rent issues or hostel issues on campuses are concerned. Sadane they not just say or call to their ground to be able to have access to plain information on issues on rent. Now, our interview lady Notra said in a semester she pays 7,500 for a room, nipa 2 and a demo. No. Obisane say niama ben san na room no try na say some air conditioners, beds, and some a table and a chair I be one ama ne sua there. Nkofo be raising alarm on this issue, particularly students and some alumni of some institutions. Some more say even just with hostel fees, no, as soon cry saying fees or mutia for the year. So lady there 7,500 for just a year. For just a semester, not just 2 semesters in a year, not just okay, can call 15,000. And if fees be one point, not just say it's not even close to it. So a number of people have come out to share their frustration on it. Some student union, like the National Union of Ghana Students. So I am very big on this particular issue. Man say parents and students, no, kakra. So yeah. So this has been very, it has been an issue raising an alarm on the media because some parents are kind of coming out with issues around it and not just say they are sharing their frustration because this has been a tone on them. So that is that about issues on hostel fees are rent control. I am very big on. Yet was concern for us na ye call Ghana Police Service. So Ghana Police Service of late year a number of things has been things and almost championing from crime rate to a lot of issues are almost championing about security in Ghana. Some radio almost a member bako 6 on the issue of impersonation. Me try na chese omo she ebi mu she navy atare, ebi mu she military atare, ebi mu nso de omo she mufti. Na chese omo try na say camouflage bi na chese omo di yi nkrofo omo tika bi mu akwa pie baby area meniama from a manufacturing company ewo Agona Akwakwa. We Ghana Police Service atwa won na omo akwa chi omo afa that issue ne ho yen hwe their our media ne. So as far as this issue on impersonation is concerned, so Ghana Police Service release communique and on the May 6, 2026 about 12 o'clock p.m. the Agona Swedro District Police Command reviewed a distress call that 6 men traveling in a Toyota Land Cruiser vehicle with registration number GW8887V, dressed in military and immigration uniforms, invaded S.I. John Manufacturing Company Limited, located at Agona Akwakwa, near Mankron in Kwanta. So Ghana Police Service as at 7 May 2026 and you're at 12 o'clock p.m. no and namunya na sutie say 6 men camouflage entire ebi mu she immigration there ebi mu nso she military there and ebi mu nso she fiatare kakra omo ankasa omo adrepe kakra edenam omunya intel bi say omo akopie mu wo sa manufacturing company SI June Manufacturing Company ewo Agona Akwakwa ewo Mankron Kwanta. According to the report, 3 of the suspects were dressed in Ghana Immigration Service camouflage uniform, 1 in military uniform, and the remaining 2 in mufti. The suspects claimed to be a national security operatives and were allegedly assaulting and harassing some Chinese nationals at the company premises. Not just these people who are dressed like that, omo PMO honom no na omo harass workers ewo company honom. Yet also say on receipt of the information, a team of officers were deployed to the scene, and the team found the said vehicle parked at the location where the Chinese nationals Mangwan, Chinmin, and Ma Kaizang has been handcuffed. Omochomudru honom na chesa Chinese nationals we mkrofo yi handcuff omo ba be yo mu ejuma ne sa so omo picking intel na omo deploy some police officials omo ko pie mu wo ho say omo be ejuma nti yet also say the suspects Ajiman Benjamin 32, Mahama Idris Udauda Seidu age 48, Ofori Isaac 35 years of age, Adon Bills age 32, Hayford Boafo age 47, and Ato Machinui age 48 years of age were immediately arrested. Which are not to say 32, 48, 35, 32, 47, 48. We are criminals, none of them in their 20s, about 30 now. Omudi are sefem semi-sin. So Muju Honom Ghana police had to arrest them. So all the suspects are in the custody of Agona Swedro District Police Headquarters, assisting with investigation. And the military police and the immigration commands have been contacted, including national security, to ascertain the identities of the suspects. So Muju Honache said, Sankrofwe Yachioma Samre, almost the headquarters of Agona Swedro. Samre Dianache said they are doing investigations. Say Ombe say, are they actually military officers? Are they from any of the security agencies? So the case is under investigation. So when Ghana Police Service are more 6 men have been arrested omoye impersonation in their bid to rob, or in their bid to commit an attack a manufacturing company agona akwakwa nti yedi anybody nsem we echi amadia ebeba bia yebe ma maswati ekamia say na saying the Ghana Police Service they are just up on their game. Just say omo antia same bia na chese they are just there to make sure that there is peace and harmony. There has been a lot of issues we've seen Ghana Police Service championing, and they are doing big time security on it, or doing investigation on it to make sure say those responsible for those bad moves and they are brought to the book. Into when they fee agona kwakwa 6 men chiomo my impersonation kwakwa military dresses ebi ma she mufti dress Toyota car munso robe a manufacturing company agona akwakwa asamwe district police unit of Suejo no monsa account. So that is that with that one. Yet once one caught the Accra regional minister, Greater Accra regional minister, Nancy Ndiase. She has been on the news by Honorable Linda Kwele. She's come out with a number of issues. She has come out to talk about issues on a demolition exercise. Be an oyo. Then send me betu dra. Xenophobi go ahead to some private developers to construct at unauthorized areas. Baba transfer nyina na ye de the north. She has been on the issue on that. A lot of people have raised allegations to that. Say, if she's saying that is the mode of punishment for people that give permits to people to build at private investors to build at unauthorized places, and you are saying that you are going to send them to the north as a way of punishing them there, then it's out of place. The north is not a punishing zone, or it's not a place where people are supposed to be punished. And after all, there are people living there, there are human beings living there. So that shouldn't be coming from somebody, a renowned person, or a decision maker in Accra. Say, Obeka say, such people are going to be taken to the north. Maybe the Nsema Beton Mountain, so a straight bullet to Honorable Linda Kwele. Our trust say she's not supposed to say that. She's not supposed to come out and be saying that such people will be taken to the north because Omama permits to people that are not supposed to be building at places that are not building places. So Yeba share video my media to mountain so a straight bullet to the Greater Accra regional minister Honorable Linda Kwele says Ninsa Modia to mountains who there it's no
issue permit to an illegal, knowing very well that the place is illegal, issue permit. You also face the law. Some of them has been transferred to the north. Just to serve, as a kind of punishment for them, so that when they realize that what they did was wrong, and they bring them back to Accra or other places.
That was Honorable Linda Kwele, the Greater Accra Regional Minister, on her tour at Accra at somewhere Sakumono na or the Sansem Winton Mountain. So say there has to be some level of penalty or punishment to people who work at the assembly. Omuma warrants to private investors to build structures at unauthorized places. Such people there, as a means of punishing them, they are going to be taken to the north. A number of people have come out to talk about this. Say, the north is not a place to punish people. Why should you be thinking of the north as a way of punishing people? Is she trying to say that people who live in the north, or workers, civil servants, or people who live at the northern part of our country, they are taken there as a means of punishment? Mamibia Ba Mountain, so Madam Charity at the straight bullet Biababema, Honorable Minister for Accra, Greater Accra Regional Minister, and this one, yes, it's not supposed to be coming from here at all. She was actually expecting some level level of professionalism. And I mean, she has some connection as far as the northern part of our country is concerned. Or can or say nikunu bi anane some Xenophobia or near some level of relationship. No, they are from the north. So why should you come out to say some of these things? Let's go and watch the video. Yanko share video na share kwan of us so den nsem etuja.
Why na small? Why na catch up yes ade we? O baba pastor say you are apologize. You are apologize to who? To who? Ura say no ordinary. Who kuni wu wie ye? No ordinary say no mu fa wo. No ordinary say no mu fa wo. Wo Linda. Linda, be very careful. I'm a woman. I don't want to go there. Linda, who kuni wu ye? No ordinary say no mu fa wo. Main body, former MP of Ruwa. Former MP no Friwa, meboa. Secondly, Greater Accra ha. Regional executive mu baako wom impperson bebodi. Omo di wa kodi wo maka ho. Wo ma beautiful ladies. No, eno na e kira wo say ye no ordinance. Ah, ye hu wo fe, ye mema jema ho. Ye mema wo hu ye mema no. Adia ekita omo no won hu ye omo jiwo maka ho. You are very hopeless. So when you just away do not try. And I will say no for no no. How do you see that? I will not pray. Me bomb pa say omo ba reshuffle. So omo ba reshuffle omo fa won kono no won ko hu no. I don't mean person about pamu. They should shuffle you to north. Now who said you're not for tear? Not for member tear. Not for my tear. Wo. Who ba you? Why? Wakake rufema. Wakake rufema. Nordness. Hey, Linda. Oh, bewale. Bo. Who baba did nordness na time? Me say nordness remember saying na fawo. First one now or your MP our parliament. Former MP for what? I don't want to mention name. Me person body, but you're very steady. For the next time, anybody who refer anything to the nordness, that man, that person will fuck the ass. They be tini pony through mo. Oba did not ness na time. Nipana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. On free enough, of the bole bamboy. So good ni mo ya no de ni. But we are opep MPP president di of free enough. Mo sorry amunya post na mo kasa. Wow, bro fo nyete se me amete hai. O bro fo tan. Oh, Babaka. I refer a man of say, you take them to north to punish them. Onye bemi koso me. Onye fle. Gale. Onye toto. North na odibaya reference. North. Ubu ya say. Ubu yaseba anywhere any day I may meet you, I will disgrace you, I will confront you. I'm telling it for you to know. Me say nonsense, remember say no would do maka. Useless woman like what would use? What would use? Me say nonsense, remember say Piebra, come, take me to anywhere that you want to take me. What a nyas. Ada na mumbuya not necessary. Yakuya homa mumpomu mebua. Oh fi wate. Oh fee what Linda? Who fee? Shaba. Shawo. Muya twins. What will say with other thing no? Or be heavy to say what said you. What would be a will yas by heart no? Shaggy ama siati. Do I want abu? Yanimu hisru. Obi animu crummy minimu. You know I know you. You name. I don't know bunny pasa. Oh, we are wine. Be Linda, we are wine. Whoa, I'm not too about you. I'm sorry, no. And Mama say, Mama, not for Mama saying a foul. Whoa. And can we believe it in northern manner? And can we be a wayasi fino?
So that was Madam Linda, Madam Charity Kariam, straight to the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Honorable Linda Oklu. She has no authority, she has no right to be thinking that you're referring to Maya Bonewo Accra or in relation to issues around giving building permits to private investors. Obeka said, yeah, reform work the north. She can't come out to be saying that, not at all. So Kamia say they do not have respect for people who are from the north. On the same issue, yet was a member of the government communications, Richard Manuribi, or also the Ninsem Abeton Mountain in relation to issues around Honorable Linda Akwele Oklu Ninsem or the Beton Mountains. Or try not to say the Greater Accra Regional Minister ne was say applauding the pan. She's a strong woman and she's done what that is according to a government communicator, Richard Manuribi. Or the same Beton Mountains, so I try to say this our regional minister a strong woman. Yen Congo tie in Semia or the two as far as this issue is concerned.
Is it this building? Mm-hmm. No, you and I cannot build it so far. You are aware?
I know.
You and I. And this building is not up to 3,000 homes. Mm. So the minister is saying that let's stop it. Mm-hmm. I've seen one of the favorite regional minister, Henry Kwete. Henry Kwete with his body giant and was at Ramsar's side fighting. I've seen Titus Glover there. Mm-hmm. I've seen several ministers. In fact, Jake's time up to now, I have seen many regional ministers.
So aren't you worried? Aren't you worried that this continues?
That is so worrying.
So we should find who allows
that is why minister is being preventive.
No, I think she's being reactive.
No, she's being preventive. Look, this is how it used to happen. After NADMO reports, and people died, they take bodies to morgue. When people are displaced, NADMO go and give them blankets and baskets.
Relief items.
Then you see ministers going there to do demolition. The minister said, let me stop this before the rain starts. Preventive measures. Before another 3,000 people will be displaced. This is a minister we need to commend. The minister didn't just go there. He went there with the preventive department, that's NADMO. Ramsar site,
Forestry Commission.
Ramsar site is under Forestry Commission. Forestry Commission, in fact, I think that even Forestry Commission have guards there. I'm very sure, I'll stand to be corrected. They have guards there, but yes, still, people, elites, I'm talking about elites, worldly people with credibility in their right sense. Go and put, these are structures. These are not just some people who put in a kiosk or something to sleep. These are well-to-do people who claim they know their right and know what it means to be educated.
They have the money, they have the resources.
And go to the district assembly or municipal assembly and influence some officials to get permits, to get legal binding, to be able to put up a structure consciously. Look, you and I in media, the thought is that conscience supersedes morality. And you go and put in this, and they are not even ashamed that when demolition happens, they come out with their faces. I mean, these are people clearly just to be arrested, prosecuted, and be jailed.
We don't do that.
Simple.
That's my
challenge.
Simple.
No, I will do that because I just told you that within 3 years, over 10 to 20 people died. Lives. Today we are still talking about lives.
So someone should pay
I am
for that.
telling you that about 33,000 people
have been
displaced.
Who are we holding accountable for that?
So the people we are holding accountable with are people who sit in the district assembly.
Thank you.
And issue permit, number one.
Thank you.
The people who should be holding are the people who claim a land who gives security to communities should be displaced, and they may claim that they are the land people, and they go there and they claim they are landers. These are the people who should be looking at. That's why minister says that I am preventing this and make sure the proper measures should be taken. Look, this is a woman who should be applauding.
Really?
I'm being honest with you.